ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Couch Coaches with Mac and Ryan. Let's go.
Hello, welcome to Couch Coaches. How's it going, everybody? Hope you like
How's
the
it
first
going,
episode.
everybody? It is Coach Ryan, and with him, as always, is Coach
Mac, how's it going?
Going good. It's going good. So, Mac, let's get this bad boy started. What is your soapbox? What is the Mac soapbox that we will be starting today with?
Why, look, I got a lot on my mind right now.
Yeah.
I could talk about the fact that we hired Zach Robinson, but over the days of hiring Zach Robinson, after hearing this press conference, I'm okay.
Changing your tune a little bit.
Yeah.
You coming around to the guy?
I'm coming around to the guy. I'm giving the guy a shot. I was like, and I was like,
think of it like this. You could be like, remember Jacksonville fans last year after the Duval disaster? There were a lot of people in Jacksonville who were like, oh no, we hired the wrong guy.
yeah.
And then it worked out. So let's give Robinson a chance. I know he wasn't your first choice, but
No, he wasn't. But we'll see. I'm not going to jump on in this.
Does it hurt you a little bit that, what was it? Who was it? Mike McDaniels and pitcher were your first two choices, right?
Mm-hmm.
And does it hurt you a little bit that they probably were like, well, I want to go with Herbert for McDaniels and Burrow for pitcher versus Baker? Well, does that hurt a little bit? Because I know Baker's your guy now.
No. Here's my thing about this whole situation with McDaniels. This is the way I thought the McDaniels situation. I thought, in my eyes, it was between Philadelphia and Tampa. Because I thought he didn't want to go to. Why would he want to go to Justin Herbert? Who, and maybe my nephew talked about, why would he want to go to not only.
I'll make an argument. I would say McDaniels wants to go because he gets credit. Because now Herbert is in such a place where if they win one playoff game, Harbaugh doesn't get credit. Herbert doesn't get credit. McDaniels is going to get credit for fixing Herbert.
That is
so
true.
I think he looked at it. And also Herbert has the upside. Like, as much as I dislike the kid, and I do not like Justin Herbert, he's got all the makings of a brilliant quarterback in this league. It's a mental thing at this point with him, in my opinion.
Right. But I agree with you. If that's his shot, I feel like all three of those were good options. I feel like ours was the best option because he legit has full autonomy in the offense. But he chose the Chargers, which I'm like, I'm a little hurt by it, but I kind of understand it from that standpoint. Pitcher, I don't think they wanted Dan Pitcher. I think it was Zach Robinson the whole time because I think it was Mike McDaniels and then Zach Robinson. I think they wanted an established person that actually call plays.
Yeah, because that's the caveat of every team moving forward after Callahan failed, which is, maybe let's not just hire the OC for Burrow and Taylor because, we don't know what they actually can do. Since it was such a bottoming out in Tennessee.
We don't know what we're getting with him, but with Zach Robinson, even though from Atlanta fans, they're hating it, but I'm sitting there. And this goes full circle into Atlanta because I feel like Atlanta. I have been saying this for 5 years now. You do not have the quote unquote talent to just talk your shit. Ryan, I'm about to get banned in Atlanta. All right, so
just embrace it at this point. You just get kicked. Just be banned from Atlanta.
I'm banned from Atlanta. I'm never going back to Atlanta because y'all are going to literally come at me with pitchforks and everything. But it's true. Look, here we go. Bijan Robinson was your whole entire offense. I said it. He was your whole offense. And I don't think that was Zach Robinson's fault. Drake London is not a number one. He's a good receiver, but he's not the alpha dog one receiver. If you want, he'd be a
great two, but not a one.
Not a one. I seen Drake London. See, I seen there was a wide receiver, God rest his soul, Mike Williams. Buck fans thought he was an alpha dog number one receiver. Where when you look at Mike Williams, you had to scheme to get him open. When I mean scheme, you gotta put Mike Williams in the right spot to go against a certain wide receiver, a certain cornerback to beat. And that was Mike Williams. When I see Drake, you're moving him around. He's never going against your number one wide receiver. He's always going against he's always got a mismatch. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's what he is. He's Michael Thomas. I said it. I said it. He is Michael Thomas. He is Michael Thomas. He is the poor man's Michael Thomas. He's a slant boy. I said it. I know that sounds bad, but that's what he is. You put him in there, he runs slants, he gets open. Never seen him go against your number one, because when he goes against your number one cornerback, if you play him against a number one cornerback, he's getting shut down. So I want to say that. Now, I say that to say this, Atlanta. You hired Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski, I'm still laughing at this.
It's such a brilliant, I love this because once I was like, oh no, this is a good hire for Atlanta. And then when I saw what Baker said, I'm like, oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Now it's about to be nasty.
Oh, those nasty. Oh yeah, the NFC South, those Falcons things are going to be nasty. I'm going to be honest.
It's about to get it's about to get even more mean in the NFC South, which I didn't know was possible because you guys hate each other. You do.
Oh no, we
that's the funny thing about the NFC South being kind of down is nobody realizes how bad the fan bases hate each other as much as the AFC.
Oh yeah, we hate everybody in that division. We do not want to see nobody in our division win a Super Bowl. Nobody. If anybody goes to the Super Bowl, we don't want to see you. We clown you. Carolina fans are sitting there, we won the division. We don't care. You lost. Fuck you. Yeah. That's the way we feel. My mortal enemy is the Rams. The way it goes for me and my fandom is who I want to lose. Anybody in the NFC South, and then right behind them is the Rams. And when the Rams faced the Panthers, I was rooting for the Rams. I was rooting for the Rams that game. It made me sick. And then ever since then, I was like, okay, you can lose the Rams. And I'm happy that the Rams lost. I am so happy. They're back in Cancun. Fuck you, Sean McVay. It was Sean
McVay. I love hearing you say "fuck you, Sean McVay." He's arguably the best coach in football.
He is, but I'm. It was such what lives to Tampa Bay Buccaneers nightmares is the fact that Cooper Kupp got open on a one-on-one play with Antoine Winfield, when Shaq there was inches away from literally clobbering. I'll be honest, if you look at the play. If Matthew Stafford just took the half a second more to get that ball out, you can see Shaq Barrett literally about to come down on Matthew Stafford and chop him. He got a patented chop where he goes for the ball, and if Matthew Stafford didn't get the ball out, he was going to chop that ball. And if you saw the play, you saw Levante David was right behind him. That was going to be a stupid score, and it was going to be a touchdown. The image of what was going to happen. I mean, that was going to happen. Instead, he got the ball out quick enough that Cooper Kupp was just in the right spot at the right time. And
it's one of those moments that, if Stafford gets into the Hall of Fame, you'll look to that play as one of the play that helped get him there.
Yeah. Because
he's such a borderline guy that if you take away his Super Bowl, Stafford's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh no, he's definitely not in the Hall of Fame. But that play. lives in infamy. So it made me feel good this weekend at the fact that, hey, Cooper Kupp broke your heart just like us.
Oh, man. That was the best thing about that, but we'll get into that with the recap of the actual games. So we need to go. We need to pivot back to college briefly. The Mac, last time on our on our couches, we were talking about the potential national title game. And what did you have to say about Carson Beck?
I said Carson Beck was going to throw a back-breaking interception or a turnover, and then it happened.
And I think the sad irony is Miami, there's multiple plays they are going to look at they've already watched it. That's a game they could have won.
Oh, they could have won that game, yeah.
It's painful. And what really sucks, Beck probably shouldn't have been the guy in there, because if you saw the play before, he got concussed. The young man got his head rocked. And then he makes his worst mistake of the game. I don't like cause and correlation with like that, but it's pretty clear to me, because you watch that play and you're like, why did he throw that? Double coverage, guy who has one catch all game, doesn't make any sense. You had time. Like, I understand if like there's 10 seconds on the clock and he's the only guy down there, you try it, but. What was it, like 56 seconds, something like that? There was plenty of. Yeah. So Indiana is our national champion, literally the worst program in the power conferences historically. It's now the first program since Harvard to go, or Yale, one of them, to go 16-0. 16-0. Flipping crazy. And now I've got people from Bloomington, Indiana telling me that this this Indiana team could beat LSU, the Burrow LSU Tigers, and I just have to laugh.
Oh, no.
Because you know how funny, because Mac, they'd score 50 in the first half. Nobody on that Indiana defense could cover Justin Jefferson, Jason.
Jefferson was a dog. Hold your horses now.
This is somebody, and Mac, you're somebody who doesn't like LSU, so you're not going to sugarcoat it. If you want to agree with Indiana. Yeah. So no.
Let me explain this to you, Indiana fans, and I want to say this. Look, I was with you the whole way. I thought y'all were going to win the national championship game. I thought it, but on the other hand, you saying that you're going to beat LSU is crazy. LSU was a legendary college football team. Like, I love Georgia, and I love my Bulldogs, and I admit that our run going to the national championship was legendary as well. But if I can have that
Ed Orgeron Tigers team with Joe Burrow and company,
yeah,
they're the only team that I think if you were to like have a time, if you were able to like magically make it happen, I think the best matchup would be the Miami 2000, the team that had like 16 first round picks or something. That Miami team and LSU that Miami team would have got built. I would be honest, right? I think that Miami team would have got built it too. So you're telling me right now on the show that that 2019 LSU Tigers is the best team to ever play football?
Best team that I have ever seen. Like,
and that if we had NCAA football right now and you could load teams, you're picking that LSU team to win every one. LSU team. They were just so dominant. Like, they went. Like, if you look at that Miami team, they had to play one team to go one game to get to the playoffs, correct? And this is during playoff football. So they had time to rest. LSU had to play a playoff game, and when they played that playoff game, title game,
they had to play a title game, and they had to play a title game, a playoff game, and the national championship. That title game, they beat the living shit out of the Georgia Bulldogs. We had no answer to Joe Burrow. We had no answer for any motherfuckers. And none, zero, zilch. We had no answer for Joe Burrow. And and we're shitting on it. We're not shitting on Indiana, by the way. No, like, we're not. If you want to say you're the most accomplished team, sure, because what they did was impressive. Yeah. Like, but to claim you're the best ever, it's like that's why there's accomplished and best separately. Like, okay, you got to play an extra game versus LSU. Fine, LSU probably wins that extra game if you need. Like, it's
it's just weird, man. This is Indiana. This is not good. This is not a good program. So every college coach is put on notice. You don't get a long leash anymore. This was 2 years.
It was 2 years.
This is about to be if you're a college football coach, this is about to be hell.
Oh,
your life is about to get so much worse. And because God in heaven, what are you going to do when the AD's like, fuck, Indiana did it in 2 years? It's like, how do you respond to that? Like,
it's more. Well, that's the reason why
I think the firings are about to go away. I think this year there's a ton of firings. I think there's going to be more next year.
I think there's going to be more this year. I think here's the thing. I think there are some college football team coaches that are safe.
Ryan Day.
Ryan Day is safe.
Well, let me ask you: is Kirby still safe? It's been a couple years.
Kirby is
you guys get antsy.
Look. Here's the thing about Kirby. Kirby to me is safe because here's my thing about Kirby. Kirby coaches defense. Defensive side of the ball has been regressing a little bit, but it's still dominant. But you got to also look at what he did. Those are all freshmen. Those are all freshmen on defense. He didn't have he had like one senior on defense. So he reloaded. He literally.
So you're banking on next year the defense taking a step for sure.
Oh yeah, the defense is probably going to be a step. That defense is going to be a nightmare this year. I have a feeling my only issue is Stan Bobo. He's a dumbass head coach, but a dumbass offensive coordinator. Sorry, anyway, but I think he's safe. I think if as long as Bobo is still there, I mean Kirby got more winning. Once I hear that,
so Kirby's got the luxury of Bobo now I'm guessing if Bobo gets fired, then it's like okay, that's it. The thing holding you back is gone. You better succeed.
You only got one shot. Then you got to pick the right one. And I think I believe if John Harbaugh didn't go to New York, I believe that Todd Monken would have been the offensive coordinator with more money in Georgia. He would love to come back to Georgia, but because Todd Monken is his buddy, that's exactly what happened. So I think that's what happened.
So Indiana, you know what? I'm going to pour a little fire on this. Indiana, I went to look. Do you want to guess where the way too early the top 25? Where do you think they have Indiana? Just won a national title.
Number 2, number 3?
Number 5, Mac. That, I'm telling you right now, Kirk Cignetti is going to... Because apparently they did great in the portal. So they're going to probably be back. So I don't know why people are sleeping on them.
I like... Let me be honest here. I love Kirk. I love that head coach. He's awesome because during halftime, he went in there. He was pissed. He literally sat up there and said...
He's got that mindset.
He got that mindset like he wanted to say it, but this is exactly what he said during halftime. He sat there and said, "Well, what do you feel about the first half?" Well, and I'm gonna say what he wanted to say. Well, they fucked us with the penalty because that was a surefire hit. He hit him in the head. So, he's right. Like, yeah, he did fuck you the first half. He was upset about that. You can hear. I was like, you know what, coach, you all right.
I really like Kirk. I'm kind of surprised. Well, maybe they did. We'll never know. I'm curious if the Steelers sent him a message like, "Hey, you interested?" And he said, "No, I'm good." But no, I think it's crazy. The rankings. I'll just show the top 5. The way too early top 5. Ohio State at number 1, Oregon at number 2, Texas at 3, Georgia at 4, and Indiana at 5. I think.
Okay. I got a problem.
You can't have Texas and Oregon above them. I'm sorry. You want to have Georgia and Ohio State? Fine. You can't have Indiana lower than 3.
How? They're going to kick Matthew Materne after Matthew Materne.
It's all the Manning hype. The Archie's coming back. That's it. It's that.
Archie is cheeks. He is ass. I've seen him play twice.
I bet if you were to break down his stats, the majority of his great stats this season when it was Texas coasting against...
It was like when he plays against bad teams, he looks good. When he plays against good teams, he sucks. He's trash. I saw him play against Georgia. Dog it. What is their infatuation with Texas?
I'm just of the mindset... My rule with Texas and Oregon specifically is I don't buy it until it happens now. For both of those schools, they are firmly in the territory I do not believe in them until I see it happen. It's been so long for Texas, and it's never happened for Oregon, so I just don't buy it. The other notables, Miami, who just lost to them, is number 10. They're still trying to find the quarterback, so it could be a rough year for Miami. Mm-hmm. I'm checking to see. Bama is in at number 15, which is probably a little too high. I just don't. You're assuming this isn't Nick Saban anymore.
It's not.
Just assume they're going to be good. You have to go see them win. And then, oh God, they're giving Lane Kiffin's at 7 at LSU. I think that's going to be. I don't know, man. Something tells me that might be a beautiful disaster. That might be a train wreck.
I'm going to be honest here. Him going to LSU is actually pretty doggone good. I'm actually kind of scared because LSU got talent.
No, LSU has talent. You could make an argument, especially with how the game ended against Miami. Ole Miss is a Lane Kiffin away from winning and from going to the national title. So they had the talent, and he left. That one to me, as a competitor, I would never leave a playoff team. I would just tell LSU, you can wait for me to finish, man. LSU at 7 with Kiffin. Kiffin's good, but my whole thing with Lane is he's never won the big game. Now you can make the argument that he's been in smaller programs. It's like, okay, it's put up or shut up. Now you're at the best. I would argue because of the fact that Louisiana is the top 5, top 7 recruiting state in football. There is no other major program in the state. Sorry, Tulane, you're not a major program. It's the best coach in the game, and the money that you're going to get from the LSU alum is insane. So I think the LSU head coaching job is a top 5, top 3 job in the league. So there is no more excuses for Lane Kiffin. I'm of the opinion if he doesn't win 2 national titles, it's a bust for him. I think that's the expectation at LSU.
Yeah.
Because if he only wins 1, he's just like every other coach. He's Ed Orgeron if he only wins 1.
He's the only one, yeah. Here's my take on LSU. I think LSU was a perfect fit for him because 1, he ain't that far from Ole Miss. He's basically in his own. He basically at a higher recruiting ground because at Ole Miss he had to work hard at Ole Miss to get those recruits. Now you don't got to work as hard because it's LSU. It's the brand. If you want to be a Tiger, you want to come to Death Valley.
It's the best. It's a bucket list for me. I'm not an LSU fan. It's a bucket list for me to go to an LSU night game. It'd be fun because I've heard it's great.
I heard it's great until you see them gunshots.
Well, you're a Bulldog fan, so it's going into enemy territory. I'm just going in as an observer, so I'm gonna have a good time.
I understand. Yeah.
Man, they should have. I don't know if they do, but they should do Georgia LSU at night at Death Valley if the next time Georgia goes there, because that would be fire.
I hate
that would be fire.
That would be fire. But here's my distaste. I don't like Lane Kiffin as a person. As a coach, I can respect him. I don't like him as a person. He just turned coach.
Yeah, because you want to know the difference between Ed Orgeron and Lane Kiffin is Ed Orgeron's banging the wives, whereas Lane's banging the daughters.
Yeah, that's right.
Coach O got forced out.
Oh my God! I gotta get. Oh my God! Oh my God! The biscuits. Oh shit!
Coach O, if you're hearing this, I love you. God bless you. I love that. Joe Burrow. I just love that accent. It makes me happy. So,
get me a
congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers for becoming national champs. Congratulations to the SEC because now you have a chip on your shoulder because it's been 3 seasons of no SEC national champ, so I'm sure everybody in the conference is going to be pissed about it. And sorry I saw a headline today. I think they've changed the rules now. The group of 5 is getting screwed. I think now there's going to be qualifiers to if they can get a playoff spot, and I think that sucks for them because it's just it's not their fault that the group of 5 got 2 spots. It's the ACC's fault. That's all there is to it. Blame the ACC. Don't blame the little programs who are your feeder programs now. Because let's just call it how it is. If you're in the Big 10, SEC, Big 12 to a degree, ACC to a lesser degree, all these smaller schools are just doing the development for you now in the NIL deal. because you're not going to put in the time and effort to find these kids in high school. They go to smaller schools, they ball out, and then because you got LSU's got all the money, you'll be able to snag these players away. So I've always felt at the minimum, if you're going to treat these schools like feeder schools, you have to give them a guaranteed spot. The full details are not out yet, so I don't know, but apparently there will be a qualifier that resumes need. So a JMU, for example, is probably never going to get back to the playoff because they're never going to have a top 10 win or whatever. It's unfair. But it is what it is. The Big Ten and SEC control it, and it sucks. As somebody who I live in Big Ten country, you live in SEC country, we both kind of aren't happy with the direction our conferences are going in right now because it seems like it's so short-sighted.
It's trash.
Yeah. So let's move on to the Mike Bobo Award for this week. Matt, who is our recipient of the Mike Bobo Award?
Who is the recipient of the Mike Bobo Award? So, as y'all guys know, the Mike Bobo Award goes to the person who is a coach that is basically exempts the worst out of a person. That's terrible. And this week for the Mike Bobo Award, it's since we did it. So now that the conference championship is over, I'm going to go ahead and tell you who it is. The Mike Bobo Award goes to Sean motherfucking Payton. All right, so here's my issue, Sean. Okay, you're in Denver. You have everything going with you. You have a snowstorm. You have all this shit. And you have Jarrett Stidham starting. You had everything going against you. Now, here's what pissed me off, Sean. The fact that you did the same shit to my beloved Buccaneers a long time ago with Trevor motherfucking Simeon. You're trying to tell me that you couldn't do the same shit with a quarterback that was probably better than Trevor Simeon. I call bullshit. The fact that you gave me hope that you were thinking you were going to destroy this Patriots dynasty or whatever it is. I hope they don't win the Super Bowl. Fuck no. But you're going to tell me that you're going to find a way to beat them and you didn't? Fuck you.
They had a chance to go up 10. He didn't kick the field goal. And it's like, dude, do you not have a fucking weather app on your phone? The storm was coming. Kick the fucking field goal because then Drake May has to pass the ball because it's a 2-score game now, and your defense has been lighting him up. No, this is where I like the ballsiness of going for it on 4th down more. Know your situations. Take the points.
Take the point.
Force the Patriots to change the way they play the game because, spoiler alert, a blizzard hit Denver that then made it impossible for your backup quarterback to play well at all. It is insane. The play calling from Sean Payton in that game was ludicrous to me.
It was ludicrous, yeah.
It's making me really start to wonder if Sean Payton keeps getting bailed out by in New Orleans, it was Drew Brees, and I'm wondering if in Denver it is the fact that he has this amazing defense. Because I also just do not care for. Here's the thing. I don't know. I think the Denver defense was good enough to win that game. I don't know if Bo Nix is the difference or not.
Yeah.
So,
well, here's my take on that 4th down play. I'm the opposite. I like the fact that he went for it. I thought the play call was shit, which is why I give him the Mike Bobo Award. I agree that he should have went for it on 4th down, but on the other hand, the play call was dog shit. And I was sitting there like, if you're going to call that play, you're better off just running the fucking football. But, if that, to me, for Sean Payton, I was like, so we're going to run it out, and we're going to do a roll out, and we're going to throw a running back. I mean, the Patriots was looking for that the whole time because your quarterback can't throw deep. So I'm sitting there thinking, if that's your only play call, then you should just go ahead and kick the fucking field goal because that's my. It has to be a better field.
A friend of mine, Tom, said it best. Oh, Stidham looked good during the opening drive. Yeah, backup quarterbacks do well under like the preset. It's called he struggled once your game plan was over. And
the first series is your scripted play. And that's what you went with. Then after that, the defense of the Patriots settled and they started figuring out how to stop him. Yeah. That's what happened.
No, Sean Payton. Don't get me wrong. I hate rooting for Sean Payton, but that's as somebody who doesn't want to see the Patriots come back again. I was rooting for the Broncos, and also like I don't know. Well, I kind of are we in the same mindset? The AFC title game did not matter this year.
That didn't matter. They were whoever came out that NFC Championship game going to whoop the shit out of them.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter nailed it. If you had somebody brand new to football watching both those games, they wouldn't think it's the same sport.
No,
like the way the Rams are the second. The Rams and the Seahawks were the two best teams all year. You could make an argument that the only one who had Drake May's number was the defensive coordinator for. Wait, no, I'm sorry, Sam Darnold. The only guy who made him flustered this year was the defensive coordinator for the Rams. He's had a great year otherwise. And Sam Darnold showed up in the biggest moment. So now I think we're about to get one of those like classic 80s, or when the Niners were rolled. No, this is going to be just like when the Cowboys were winning Super Bowls in the 90s. I think we're about to see like a 45-10 situation. I really do.
Yeah, I think we're going to get
a big yes. The Mike Bobo Award leads us into the recap of the AFC title game. The Patriots go to Denver and win 10-7. One of the worst games of football I've ever watched.
Yep.
And I will go back to what I said last time. DeMeco Ryans is the reason we're not getting a better game. His commitment to CJ Stroud cost them that game, and the Patriots Dude, it's crazy. Like, the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl this year, and I just don't know how it happens in the NFL. I know how it happens in college. There's 100-something teams in college. That's how it happens. There's only 32 teams in the NFL, and somehow the New England Patriots aren't facing a real opponent until the Super Bowl. It's absurd. Like, usually, the good example I go back to a couple years ago, do you remember when Joe Flacco took the Browns to the playoffs? A lot of people were in on that Browns defense, and I was the only one like, guys, the defense went against no one this year. It looked great because they were playing some terrible quarterbacks. And what happened? They go into Houston, they get their shit rocked.
Yeah.
Because that defense finally faced an offense that was clicking. And that's why, yes, congratulations, New England. You've now went to your 12th Super Bowl. Good for you. I've watched the Seahawks a couple times this year, and they just look like a complete football team from head to toe. And that's the difference between the Seahawks and the Rams. Whereas the Rams, their defense had some suspect issues, and their special teams were so bad they fired their special teams coach. So that's Mike McDonald has done such a phenomenal job taking over, and Sam Darnold is proving me wrong. He's proving everyone wrong, man. Because I thought, after what happened with him in Minnesota, I'm like, okay, this is the Sam Darnold I know. This is a guy who cannot compete in this league. He's a serviceable starter, but he's never gonna. I said Sam Darnold will never play in a Super Bowl, and now I'm eating my words. So good for Sam.
Good for Sam, but I think here's the thing: when I look at Sam Darnold, in this 2-year run that he's having, which is amazing, I feel like this is one of those situations where he's a system quarterback, and he fits the system of the Seattle Seahawks. So I feel like this is more of a system type of deal. Now, if he wins the Super Bowl, cool. But I think this is just I'll be honest. I'll be a little bit more honest. I don't think you can he's playing, to me, Sam Darnold is playing the ultimate game manager right now. He's playing great game management football. He's not doing anything special but being a great game manager. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. He's doing enough.
No, there's nothing wrong. And heck, I know you don't like him, but I think Cam Newton said it best. You can be a game manager and win.
He's right. And I'm right. He's right.
It's your job to make sure you don't fail your amazing defense.
Don't turn the ball over.
You're number 2. What? JSN. He's like the second or first. He's either the best or second best wide receiver in football. Right. So you're letting that guy win you football games. Right. And then you got Old Man Cup. You got. You know what? I'm stealing this tweet. They need to sign Marshawn Lynch as an emergency running back. Marshawn wants that yard back, Mac. He wants that yard.
He wants that yard back. He wants it.
I bet if they called him like, can you be in game shape for the Super Bowl? That motherfucker would do it because he would. He said, "I'm just here, so he would want that back."
He wants that. He wants that ring. He wants it because I'm sitting there like, get the ball to Marshawn. I'm going to be honest. I think this is going to be a drag. This is going to be a drag of the Super Bowl. I'm thinking 1985 vibes for the Patriots. You about to get beat bad.
And there's nothing wrong. And there's just the thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's just us acknowledging that, like, if you were to put the Patriots in the NFC, what's the ceiling for them? I feel like they would be the 5th best team in the NFC.
I think they'll be a wild card team. Maybe a wild
card.
Like
they would be. I would still take the Rams. I'd still take the Seahawks. Even the hurt 49ers. Even the Bears. The Lions and Packers is where like maybe you could have a case. Yeah. Whereas like it's just worked out. This is like a throwback year where the NFC is so much more dominant than the AFC. It's absurd. It is. And so right now DeMeco Ryans is kicking himself in the ass for staying too committed to CJ. And Josh Allen has to be sick. He has to be sick right now. This was the year. And they lost directly because of him, and now Drake May, who has played poorly, I might add, it is not like he's played well.
Yeah.
His numbers have been atrocious in these last 2 games.
And they're comparing him to fucking Tom Brady. That's it's
wild, Mac.
Yeah.
So now on to the NFC title game. What a fantastic game.
Oh,
right?
Great game.
That made up for it.
That game was not boring. That game was entertaining from start to finish. I love that game.
I know some people are trying to be like, oh, the Rams, they're just a muff punt away. The only reason the Rams stayed in that game was a bullshit taunting call, which I'm Team Burrow on this. I hate taunting as a rule. Let them play. I don't give a shit. Let them. They're athletes. They're the top of the sport.
They don't know what they're saying on that sideline either. They might be talking shit to him. Yeah.
Just let them go. Like just talk shit. Let them talk shit. So the Rams, the only reason they scored that touchdown to keep it close was the taunting. So I don't want to. I saw somebody. I think probably Le Batard was like, the Rams are a muff punt away from the Super Bowl. It's like, no, they aren't. Like, let's not. Like, yes, the Rams had the best offense this year. The Seahawks had a very good offense and a much better defense. And I'm so jealous because think of both of these teams. What did they do? They got rid of their established historic head coach. They reset, and they're back. And I think both me and you are feeling that struggle of like, you've had bowls for how long now? Like
4, 5. It's been 4 long years.
Yeah, and then I've had, Zach Taylor is now the 4th longest tenure head coach in football.
Yeah.
You know how absurd that is?
Yeah.
And I think both of us are like, no, good teams reset. The teams that drag it out are the ones who suffer. So we're both a little jealous, because I would have really liked having Ben Johnson in Cincinnati. You would probably really have enjoyed Mike McDonald in Tampa.
I would have loved it. But
we're both feeling it.
We're both feeling it. On the other hand, I'm in a win-win situation because if everything falls apart, which I hope it doesn't, Bowles will be fired and we're going to get a new regime. So that's what I'm taking.
I joked with my friend Tom. I said to Tom, Mike McDaniels is going to go to LA. He's going to be the guy who rehabilitates Herbert, and then he'll take the Bengals job next year when Taylor gets fired.
And we're probably
then he'll be with Burrow.
I'm just happy. I'm actually happy Clint Kubiak is not getting any interviews because that's exactly what I'm thinking. Nobody taking Clint Kubiak. I'm sitting there rubbing my hands. I'm sitting there like,
that's another one. That's for me. That's the silver lining. That's the silver lining of this, and that kind of can lead into the coaching carousel. Yeah. Somehow Clint Kubiak hasn't gotten a job, and Shula haven't gotten jobs. We got Mike fucking McCarthy getting a job.
You fucked up.
So I'll say my answer, and then I want to hear your answer. Of the guys who've been hired, I think Mike McCarthy is the biggest what the fuck bad hire of the cycle so far. Would you agree with that? Yeah, because he's just a lesser version of Mike Tomlin.
It's the what the fuck type of deal. Still want to say Kevin before Mike it was Kevin, but yeah, Mike.
Yeah, no, I understand. I would make it. So this is one where I think he's a good coach. I think he's screwed. And Robert Saleh, I think he is just going to be in a bad situation because I've heard the ownership in Tennessee is dog shit.
Well, no, Tennessee. I feel you're going to be. I'm going to be honest here. I think Tennessee hired the right guy.
No, I think Saleh's a good coach. The question is, can he overcome bad ownership in Tennessee?
That's the thing too. But I think also Tennessee. I said this. They don't need to go after our offensive minded coach. They need to go for a defensive minded coach because they need somebody to fix that defense, which is not good, and they need to get a higher.
I think Saleh has proven he's a very good coach, especially when you look at what he did with that Niners defense. That was hurt. They
were banged up. So I think he'll turn that Tennessee defense around. And I think Brian is a great addition to him, and I think he'll turn. I like my issue is I don't know if Cam Ward is that good, but we're gonna see.
I think Cam Ward is that good. I think he was hindered by some. No offense to Callahan, I don't think he should have ever been a head coach in this league.
Yeah,
and he was. So I believe in Cam Ward. So. I'm curious, who do you think the best hire has been so far this cycle? Because I'm curious if we have the same answer. We got Kevin Stefanski, Harbaugh, Jeff Hafley in Miami, Saleh in Tennessee, Minter in Baltimore, McCarthy in Pittsburgh, and Joe Brady today. He got promoted. He got the job. So who do you think would be the best hire of the cycle so far?
Baltimore got it.
Yep. Jesse Minter, man, what he did with that Chargers defense.
Yeah.
A defense that I think didn't have a lot of talent. He got the most talent out of it. And now this is the tough part for him. He has to help Lamar with his mental game. Because we both can agree Lamar Jackson's the top 3 quarterback in this league, but when it gets cold and the lights get heavy, he has had these weird moments in the playoffs where you're just wondering what's happening. And it's not all on Lamar. Tom will tell you it's all on Lamar because he's a Ravens fan. It's a mixture. Lamar's had bad moments, but also he's been let down by his team.
Right.
And I think Jesse Minter is the guy who hopefully, because I like watching Lamar Jackson play. Even as a Bengals fan, I enjoy Lamar Jackson. He's a very fun to watch football. Right. So as a Bengals fan, I hate this hire. I think it's a real good hire. I think he's going to be a pain in the ass, thorn in my side. It's because he's a young cat too. I think he's going to really turn this bad boy around. Obviously, McCarthy's the worst hire of the cycle.
It is.
I think this is my logic. If the Steelers recognize their roster is old, it's hard to replace Tomlin. They're like, you know what? Let's not waste a young guy. Let's let McCarthy fall on the sword. He'll coach for 2 years. He'll help us bottom out. Because they need to. That's kind of the thing in this league. You don't have to try to lose, but it's not bad to have one bad season to get those top picks. Yeah. Like, that's why I think the reason Tomlin, his ceiling was winning 9 games or 10 games, but never a playoff game. It was because he just didn't get the talent.
Yeah.
Like, the Steelers were never drafting in the top half of the draft. They were always 10th. The thing about the draft is there's only about 20 guys on a good year that are first round grades. And then some years there's only 10 guys who are truly first round grades. Right. So if you're drafting in the 20s every year, you're not even getting that first round talent typically.
Right.
So you have to be able to do a good job. And clearly they didn't do a good enough job. And then also at quarterback, So my only conclusion with the Steelers is they know they don't have Will Howard is not the answer. There's not a good quarterback beyond Mendoza. So Mendoza will be gone after the Raiders pick. They don't know what to do, so let it happen. Maybe Rod. I don't know if Aaron's going to come back. I think he's done. His body's falling apart.
Yeah.
But I think McCarthy is a hire to get. McCarthy was hired to get fired.
Yeah. Like that's like with Tennessee. I think Tennessee, they keep screaming, we need wide receivers. I'll be like, here's what I do if I was Tennessee. I would draft me a wide receiver because wide receiver market is not. It's not attractive.
You're not going to trade to get AJ back.
No, you're not going to trade.
Oh my! Could you imagine if they traded to get AJ back from the
I can imagine that. That would be the dumbest thing ever.
Well, because Robert Saleh's very similar to Mike Vrabel. And then so it's like you're trying to undo all your mistakes.
All your mistakes, yeah.
We're going to get AJ Brown back, and then we're going to get Derrick Henry back.
Yeah, that would be a dumb idea.
It's going to be a rough. I think Pittsburgh is in for a rough season.
I think Pittsburgh might.
I think Minter is going to be very good.
I think Minter is going to be good too.
And I think so 7 coaches have been hired. Who are the 3 teams who still need
Arizona, Raiders, and the Browns.
So, have you seen the news that guys keep pulling out of the Browns? Like they are informing the team, you can take my name out of it. How bizarre is this league right now where there's 32 jobs and multiple guys are like, I don't want this one. How bad? Woo.
Okay, here's my
Cleveland.
Here's my take on the Browns, and I know you hate the Browns, and I know you're born to hate it. Get it. But here's my take. I think the Browns are legit looking for. They're looking too hard.
They're overdoing it.
Huh?
They're overdoing it for sure.
They're overdoing it. I think that's the problem with the Browns. They're overlooking. But I mean, it could be worse. They could have hired Mike McCarthy. I believe that they're not going to hire a retread head coach. They're looking at these young head coaches. And I think right at the moment, they better the Browns need to get a jump on it because if they don't hire, they're going to get behind and finding, assistants. So that's going to
they're in hell right now. They are, the rumor is they're gaining steam towards just promoting from within Schwartz, which I think would be a disaster.
I think it would be a disaster.
Because why fire Stefanski then?
Yeah.
If you're not even going to change anything.
You're not changing.
I love it. I think the Browns are they have earned their place in purgatory.
They have, and I don't get me wrong. Don't take this as once again Atlanta fans. The I know there's like 3 of you watching right now. Don't worry, Atlanta fans. Stefanski's still going to suck for your team, and don't take this as a good thing for you because Stefanski was 50% of that problem. So get ready.
Yeah. So I think I'm the most intrigued by what the Raiders can do because I think Mendoza has NFL potential. I just think there's going to be a big jump from from college to the NFL, and if the Raiders do not get protection around him, I think that boy's going to feel it real quick.
Right.
I mean, you saw it in the national title. We didn't even talk about it. That amazing run that he had in the hit to his chin. His arms were battered and bruised. I think it's going to be even worse at the NFL level if the Raiders can't improve that offensive line. So
yeah, that's the problem.
I want the Raiders to succeed. I like the silver and black, and I think Mendoza is the guy to do it. It's such an uphill battle. So I don't know who they hire. I thought it was McDaniel until I saw like the Chargers shared it today. Like they shared like a social media post. McDaniel's in. So I think he's done he's not a Raiders guy anymore. And then nobody cares about the Arizona job because
it's shit.
The Cardinals just kind of exist to be that 4:00 game, right?
Yeah, it is. They're not
the
good.
Cardinals exist to be. Their whole existence is to be the 4:00 game.
I would not be shocked or surprised if they literally was like, "Hey, Bruce, can you come out of retirement and come coach us?" No, I'm enjoying Florida. I am happy here.
Yeah. All right. So the coaching carousel. We both were in agreement on the worst hire and the best hire. So we'll see what happens when we come back. The next time we have hopefully all the positions are filled when we film the next episode, obviously. All right. So we don't know the results of the Super Bowl yet. But we can talk about the best thing about the Super Bowl, the snackage.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Well, I thought we were going to talk about the worst Super Bowl team, though.
Oh, that's right. So I guess we'll use this to lean into my rant. So I wanted to talk about the New England Patriots.
All right, go ahead.
Which that is my answer, by the way. My dad, my dad gave me the 94 Chargers, which is probably a really good one and probably the right answer. But I am so fascinated by the New England Patriots this year. Matt, they played 17 regular season games. How many of those games do you think were against teams that replaced their head coach?
8.
You are correct. 8 teams that they played fired their head coach. The bulk of their schedule was against teams because they played the Dolphins twice, so that's 2 games with a new head coach. They played the Bills twice, new head coach. Then they got the NFC South, which I think you can admit the NFC South had a down year.
Oh, they did, definitely.
The AFC North had a down year. They played the AFC North. They played the Raiders, who are the number 1 overall pick. It's just one of those things where, and they also had the Titans. The Patriots, it does not happen this way in the NFL. It is designed to where you should get good opponents. This Patriots team went against a bafflingly easy schedule. And then in the playoffs, a Chargers team that was decimated by injury, and they only scored 16. That's why the Mentor did such a great job. The Pats were held to 16 points in that game. The last 2 games for the Pats, they won because the other team's coach was stubborn and didn't make the right decision. Bench CJ Stroud. Kick that field goal. Don't put it's just, and I'm not, and me and my Tom, who keeps coming up, we got into it because he's like, you're disrespecting the Patriots. And it's like, I'm not disrespecting them. I'm just fascinated because it doesn't happen like this in the NFL. It happens in college, like Texas A&M this year, Indiana last year. Team, with how big it is and all those teams, you can win all your games and never play a good opponent. The Patriots somehow did that. Usually when this happens in the NFL, the first game they play, they get smoked because they get a team that can actually play. And somehow it just has worked out. So the New England Patriots are my pick for the worst team to ever make a Super Bowl. And in hindsight, it's probably just prisoner of the moment for me. But it just blows my mind because I think outside of Drake May, there's nothing they do really great. Like other Super Bowl teams you can go to, it's like, oh, they made it because they did this great, even the ones that lose. So, Mac, I am curious, and I want to know who you think the worst team to ever make the Super Bowl is, and I want to make a prediction. So I want to see if I'm right, because you have not told me. Is it the Cam Newton Carolina Panthers? Is that your pick?
No, you're wrong. It's not that.
Damn! I thought it was going to be because you could make an argument that Cam Newton dragged that team. Like, because outside of Cam Newton, that team wasn't very good. Like
that team, that defense was very well coached. That was a great defense.
I think the reason you can't say it's that Panthers team is Cam Newton that year was playing at a special.
He's playing out his mind as much as I hate for him.
Yeah.
I think when you got
all right, so now I'm so intrigued. Because all week I'm like, well, Mac's answer is probably the Panthers.
Tell that team plugged everybody into the playoffs, and they just ran into a brick wall when they faced the Broncos. You're right. I was trying to. Let me tell you about my team before I just say it.
Sure.
I was originally going to pick the 1985 Patriots.
Ooh, real good pick.
Real good pick because they just got railroaded by the Bears. However, I didn't want to before I went into my pick, I literally went through their schedule and what they did in the playoffs and how did they get to that moment. And when I looked at the 85 Patriots, I looked at their schedule. I looked at who they played. They played the Miami Dolphins, who gave
Marino Dolphins.
Huh?
The Marino Dolphins. When the Dolphins were...
Yep. And they gave that Chicago team their first L. So, and then they went into the Orange Bowl. Not the Orange Bowl. They went into Miami and beat the Bronx out of them. So, then pick that Patriots team because they earned their spot to get in there. Yep. So then I thought, like your dad said, that Chargers team.
Yep. That defense. What was it? They got smoked, 56-0 or something? Yeah, exactly. It was awful.
But if you look at the teams they beat good teams. They beat that was a damn good Pittsburgh team that they beat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry, Atlanta fans. I'm coming to tear down your one of your Super Bowl teams.
Oh, I don't know which one. This is going to be great. So, which Atlanta team is the max pick for the worst Super Bowl team ever?
The 1998 Falcons are the worst Super Bowl team I've ever seen. And here's why. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. They're 14-2. Okay. Their best wins came against the 49ers team, who were their division opponents, and the Miami Dolphins and Pete Carroll-led Patriots that were losing at the time. And one by one, and one by two. So that's one. Now, if you look at the rest of their schedules, those three opponents were their best opponents. Everybody else had a losing record. The teams that they faced, just like the Patriots, every team that they faced besides those teams, those three teams that I talked about, had a losing record. Every last one of them had a losing record. Not a single winning record. So realistically, they had three legit wins. And if you do the math, that's a losing record. Am I wrong?
No. So, no, you're correct. And then in the playoffs,
they faced the 49ers for a third time.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, that was back when that was Steve Young. That is correct, but that was after they literally had that overtime game against the Green Bay Packers, and they were like playing on empty in that game. Yep. So that happened.
Yeah.
And
then after that, the most heartbreaking loss in Vikings history.
Exactly. And if that kick just didn't go, if that kick went through, we wouldn't even be talking about this team. So I'll say this. Shannon Sharp said in the America's game, that he was told by Mike Shanahan that, guys, if we don't score 50 points, we should be ashamed. They beat the shit out of them Falcons. So, Falcons fans, as much as you want to brag about this team, yes, Chandler and all these other stuff, all these guys. Now, you would say, you're full of shit. You're just a hater. You would be right. Because the difference between that Falcons football team,
I'm looking at this schedule. You're right. Wasn't that an expansion Panthers team they opened the season on?
Nah, they were good at time. They were actually.
Yeah, but you look at this schedule, they had a week 3 bye. That is odd. No, I get what you're saying. They really had one of the easier schedules I think I've ever seen a team play. So that is a trip.
And just like the Falcons, just like the Patriots, just like your Patriots that you hating right now, they had the same fortuitous bounce that happened to them. And then when they got
things worked out. Things just kind of worked out in Atlanta's favor.
Worked out in their favor. Now that I would agree. Sometimes things work out in your favor to get to the Super Bowl, and if you're good enough to get to that chance to go to the Super Bowl, you should beat them. But they didn't. Now I know what you're saying, man. You're full of shit. This is not right. Okay, hear me out here, Atlanta. Hear me out, Atlanta. If you were as good, if that team was good as you say they were, why the fuck did they have a top 10 pick the following year? Because the following year they had a top 10 pick and they were sorry. And and they had the same team that they had and they ran it back and they couldn't do the same shit. They had a harder, what that tells me is you had a harder schedule, you had to face actual teams, and those teams had your game tape on what Chancellor do and what your running back does. They knew how to beat your team, and they did it. And they ended up ended up beating the shit out of you. That's why I say this team is the worst Super Bowl team. I feel like that Atlanta team.
I like.
What? What are you saying, Ron? You there?
He did include a team that won. That Giants team that beat the Patriots. He said, you look at that team, it was a terrible team that just got hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember the other one that he threw out there. The Bills that got dragged by the Cowboys that one year. That was a team that he... and then to Patriots fans, if you're hearing this, I am not doing this to disrespect you. I'm just saying I'm bringing this up because I have people like Robert Griffin III trying to tell me that this is the most impressive Super Bowl run he's ever seen, and I want you guys to take the blinders off. This is the easiest path the team's had to the Super Bowl probably since that Atlanta Falcons team.
The Falcons team had an easy path to get to that Super Bowl, and then they got there, they lost. Now,
take advantage.
They had an advantage the whole time. So I could make an argument, and like I said, just like the other Falcons team, I could make an argument for the other Falcons team if it wasn't for Julio Jones, because Julio Jones was like
Julio was that guy
on a mission from God to literally just own in the play. I mean, they beat the two teams that they beat. Look at that. I will say this.
Oh my gosh.
That Matt Ryan led Falcons team was the best.
Didn't he wasn't that the one where they just molly-whopped the Eagles that year?
You talking
right?
about
wasn't that the Eagles in the NFC title game that year?
No, that was the
Packers. Or the Seahawks.
The Packers was in there. No, the Packers was in there.
That's right. That's one of those games that like I have such a hard time. Like, that's why I think Mike McCarthy's such a bad hire. He's full of those games where it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean Green Bay is getting smoked by this Atlanta team? You should be hanging with them. Yeah. So, no, that's a really good pick. Sorry, Atlanta. And sorry, Atlanta in particular, because they don't have any Super Bowls to like go back on. So, like, it does suck that their only appearances are kind of suspect. Patriots fans, get over it. You have world. Who cares?
I don't mean to shit. I'm not trying to shit on. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate the Falcons, but I'm always shitting. But I'm not shitting on you. But if you literally, I'm telling Falcons fans, like, look at, like, I'm not. It's facts. Look at the numbers. Can you tell me when you look at that team, top to bottom, and look at your record and look at the people you play? Can you literally tell me with an honest face, man, we deserve to go to that. We deserve to go to that Super Bowl, and we deserve to win. No, you played bad teams and you got there. If the Vikings didn't choke, if the Vikings didn't play with their food, they would have drilled you and they would have been to that. I felt like the Vikings should have went to that Super Bowl. That team was better than yours, but they just choked. It was honesty, you know. And one will argue that here. And I love the Falcons fans. Let me go ahead and start this right now. If you motherfucker, I'm gonna say this right now, Falcons fans. If you sat there and talk shit about our 2 Super Bowl wins, I'll fucking go ahead and tell you why we deserve those 2 Super Bowl wins. We played the 49ers with a great defense. We played the Eagles when they were closing out their fucking stadium, and we went up in there and beat them. Oh, yeah.
No, you're good. That was just me. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry about that.
You're good.
We beat the Falcons. We beat 49ers. Beat the Eagles in their fucking stadium when they were closing it, and we mollywopped the daggone Raiders.
Yep.
The following Super Bowl, we had a harder path. We had to watch the Commanders in that damn stadium. The lit up New Orleans Saints team who was just really, that had a great defense, and Drew Brees at the height of his powers, and MVP Aaron Rodgers in his house in the cold. And then we had to face Mahomes They were favored to win.
Yeah, well, that was because the betting lines were ignoring the fact that the Chiefs' offensive line had been decimated by that point. And don't if the Bengals hadn't beat the number one seed and the Chiefs still with Tyreek Hill, I would have included my Bengals in that discussion. But we beat some great teams to get there, so especially on the road too. So that's why I don't think you could throw the 2021 Bengals in there.
Yeah, I could make an argument for your first Bengals team that went to the Super Bowl. I could make an argument for that.
Maybe. But nothing, but not recent. So we're talking Super Bowls, and what goes great with Super Bowls? Snacks. Yes. And what is the most popular podcast topic to do? It's a draft. It's going to be 4 picks. We're going to do a snake, and we're just using the NFL order. I'm a Bengals fan, and Mac's a Bucks fan, so I'll pick first, and then Mac will be. So we're picking in the order. We're doing a snake. So I'm going to pick, then Mac will make his picks. I'll pick, Mac pick. So 1, 2, 2, 2, and 1. Mac, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the number one overall?
I'm happy. I'm ready to go.
Number one overall pick for a Super Bowl, snack wise.
All right,
you gotta have chicken wings. Chicken wings is number one overall pick for me.
Fuck my board. Okay.
I'll specify no flavor. You can have any flavor you want. I won't pick a flavor over any other. Just whatever flavor you want. I have to have chicken wings at my Super Bowl party. So pick number 1. I'm writing these in so we don't forget. I picked chicken wings. Mac, you're up. You get 2 picks in a row now. Make them count.
Damn it. Fucking shit. This is some bullshit. Okay. All right.
There's a plethora of snacks. You'll be okay.
Damn it, this is some bullshit. Well, all right, you can commentate while I gotta talk. I gotta literally talk with the organization.
All right, go through. All right, you tell me when you're ready for your pick. I'm going to talk about the greatness that is a good chicken wing. So, I am a drums man. Stupid of me. I'm a flats guy. I like my flats. I like ripping out the little bone so I can just destroy the meat on there. I do have a preference towards spicier wings. So like at home, I'll do my sauce. I'll add some lemon pepper. I'll add a little ghost pepper. I want to feel that heat with that flavor. And I really just want a nice crispiness to that chicken skin. I want to bite into it and go, oh, it's so good. You need that for the Super Bowl because this game's a big deal. You want to enjoy that flavor. You want to feel that flavor. All right. You ready, Matt?
I'm ready. All right. So my pick is in. You
got 2 picks. So what's your first pick?
My first pick. Guys, my first pick. So here's my thing. I am going to go bold on this. A lot of people need this during a draft party, during a Super Bowl party, and this is the main thing you need for a Super Bowl party. So we're gonna go with dip.
Ooh, just dip, or do you have a specific dip in mind?
Any dip.
All right. So, guys, whenever you're at a Super Bowl party, you want to dip your wings maybe in something, you want to dip your chips, whatever, you need dip. So, Matt, for the third pick, what are you picking?
Okay, so I need to go something with the dip. The reason why I did this, I am going to go with chips. Chips.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't got chicken. So we're going with the chip. I'm going to chips.
Do you have a favorite chip, or do you just chips in general?
Chips in general. Tortilla chips in general. You can actually use any chip. Tortilla, Doritos, anything. Just chips.
Yeah. So for my first pick, the game is long. You don't want to do just strictly protein the whole time. So I'm going to say cupcakes. You want a dessert for the end of the game. So those little I'll say mini cupcakes. Because you don't want the big cupcakes. You want the little cupcakes you get at the store that are you pop them in your mouth. They're easy to go. So I've got a protein in my chicken wings. I've got dessert. I'm going to go for my next pick. I'm going to do the veggie platter. Because you want to have all those nice little veggies to dip in. to go in your dip, your baby carrots, your celery, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I just because not everybody is a meat eater like me, so you want to have some options. So Mac, I might have hurt you there with that, but you've got your 2 more picks, and then I've got to figure out my third, which is going to be a challenge.
You bastard! You picked the veggie train. I was.
You gotta have a veggie. You knew what I was gonna do.
I knew you were going for the veggie train. You took away the veggie train. Okay, you can play that game, motherfucker. Okay.
Well, you don't have any meat yet, Mac, so you might want a protein.
Well, the thing about it is with my dip, it's any dip, so I can have buffalo dip.
There you go. Yeah.
So I get 2 more picks, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so seeing that I already got dips and I got chips, we're gonna go with sliders.
Ooh, some good shit right there.
Mm-hmm. You can actually use that dip. You can actually, it's actually an extra thing that you can use your dip for, any type of dip for. They're small little burgers. They're delicious. They're good. You can eat them by themselves. It's the perfect treat to go with your meal. I think I killed it with this pick. This is an amazing pick. This is the best pick right here. Next to those wings, I was saving this. I was hoping you didn't pick this. Everybody forgets about sliders. It's the best thing. For my second
sliders
play,
are great. Now this is your last pick, sir, and then you'll have your lineup.
I'll make sure this is perfect. So, with that said, I got my meat, I got my meat, my dip, my chips. So, here's the thing. I know you're hoping that I wouldn't pick this, but I feel like you got your dessert.
Yeah,
I could go with that pick.
Ooh, what are you thinking?
I'm torn between 2.
Just go with your heart. Go with your heart.
Don't rush me because you're stealing my pick.
Oh no, you're fine, man. I feel confident you're not going to take my pick. Like. My very last thing. Like, okay. So don't rush yourself, but you've created a pretty fun thing, like, especially if it's buffalo dip with your chips, and then you got the sliders too, so you can dip that in there. Yeah. So I'm curious how your party's rounding this out with your last pick.
Okay, so here's the thing. We need something refreshing.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go with it. I'm going to go with my final pick. We need a beverage.
Oh.
So I'm torn between 2. So I feel like at my Super Bowl party, I can drink water, which is basically on the table.
Yeah.
But if I was having a Super Bowl party with a bunch of friends, I'm going to go with beer.
Beer?
Yeah.
You taking beer?
I'm taking beer.
All right. And I'm going to be, because man, once you said beverages, I got nervous because I'm like, oh no, he's going to take it, but he didn't. So the last pick for my party, and I will be specific with this. I want Coke. I want Coke.
That was going to be
I like my bubbly feeling to it. I am a Coke guy. So with Max, so if you're going to the Max Super Bowl party, he's going to have chips and dip with sliders and beers. So you're going to have a good time. If you're coming to my Super Bowl party, you're going to get chicken wings. You're going to get chicken wings with a veggie platter with mini cupcakes and Coca-Cola. So please have a good time this Super Bowl. Enjoy the game. Have some friends there because it's probably going to be a crappy game.
It probably is.
Hey, the next time you hear from us, hopefully we know all the new head coaches so we can we can really look by division to see who we feel confident in going to the next season and obviously draft season. So no more college football talk for a bit because I don't think Mac and I have the energy to try to cover the NIL portal.
That's
thousands of guys. How do you decipher that? So we'll wait towards closer to the sun. It gets warmer. Then we'll see what we can talk about with college ball. But for now, when you come back to the Couch Coaches, we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl winner. We're going to be talking about the game. We're going to be talking about draft order and who we want. Because, man, I know I've got a wish list for the Bengals, and I know Matt.
I do too. I do too.
And we'll share that wish list with y'all next time.
Next time on Couch Coaches. Woo!